Welcome back to Sabretooth at Nethemba, where we care about your security. What I've done, I've grouped these by only incomplete, so all our complete boxes are no longer shown, and we're still in release order. Next up is Joker, which is hard. You can see I'm already attached to the system here, and we are immediately going to start this IP scam before we start talking about what happens next. Mmap, T5, all ports, all scripts. Right, so the last box we did was on Try Hack Me, and we did Racetrack Bank. That was a really fun one. The last Try Hack Me box we did, I think was it Sneaky? I think it was Sneaky. Okay, good. So here we are with Joker, and apparently, oh dear. Okay, let's do this because it's maybe blocking our ping probes. Let's see. Anyway, so Joker, I'm not sure what to expect. I mean, what can we get from Joker? I have here RTFM at the ready. I have here Burp Suite at the ready. I have here Metasploit at the ready. And I am also not quite ready, but that's fine. What can we get from the name Joker? Probably not much. Joker. Playing cards, perhaps, or Batman. It could be anything like that. Maybe just, I don't know, fun and japes. Good. So let's go onto the web and see if that exists. 10, 10, 10, 21. Which at the minute it doesn't seem to do. But whilst we're doing that, let's HTTPS and do the same. Okay, no web on this one, guys. In fact, we only have SSH and 3128, which is generally a proxy port. It does actually say here Squid proxy. 3.5 Linux kernel. Okay, fun. Let's see. What we're going to do is obviously check out that version 3.5.12 of Squid proxy. So search exploit Squid 3.5.12 was it, or something like that. Doesn't look to be anything here other than a denial of service. Let's get rid of that and put Squid 3. Again, we're only sort of a couple of things for version 2. Let's actually connect to the thing then. We'll get rid of you, and on this one we will put 3128. Okay, invalid URL. Fine. So this is just trying to connect to the port. What I'd actually like to do is work through the proxy if I can. So let's go to here, and we'll go to options and create, this is Foxy Proxy, by the way, it's just a way of proxying. What we're going to do is add a new proxy, and we're going to call this one Joker. The host name is going to be 10.10.10.21. The port is 3128. Okay, and then we need to go and save that here. So we will go on to Joker here and then try loading this again. Okay, so it says that it's requesting username and password. This is known as basic authentication. The site says calamari. Oh, I get it. Squid rings, Squid proxy. Got it. Admin, password. Admin calamari. Calamari. And finally calamari admin and calamari password. Okay, enough of manual brute force then. Okay, we set up Foxy Proxy to use this proxy on port 3128. But at the minute, we're not actually getting anywhere with it. So what I could do is, now that it's going through that, I could try a local host. Although it might not be proxying my local host. What you have to do for this is go to about config. Because look, if you... Okay, let's get it off this proxy first. Right, one thing at a time. If you go here and look at the proxy settings, not sure where that would be, to be fair. If you look at the proxy settings, what you'll find is that most browsers say connections to localhost 127.0.0.1 are never proxied. And so I've had it before where, especially when using Burp Suite, and here's proof as well. If you go to like Burp Suite proxy and you go to something like, let's get this proxy thing going, and you go to something like google.com, right? You'll see that it gets caught here in Burp, and then you can release it. If I go to a port which doesn't, an IP address which probably doesn't exist, like, well, I know Google's does 8888, an IP address, and do that, once you intercept, it still grabs it. If you go to a local host like 127.0.0.1 and you get Burp to grab this, what you'll find is it doesn't grab it, because it says in the browser settings that localhost should not be proxied. And I think that's a bit of a mistake, really. You really should. So the way I'm going to do this is deactivate that protection. I'm going to go to about config, and then just put in the word proxy here. And you should find something about local. There we go. Network proxy allow hijacking localhost. So change that to true. And what you'll see now is if you try and proxy 127.0.0.1 with Burp Suite running here, it absolutely grabs it now, right? So we're able to proxy locally, which is going to be great. So what we need to do is go back to Joker. And what I'd like to do is try this again on 127.0.0.1. So it's asking me again for credentials here. Right, how can we grab this through Burp if it's going through Joker? That's a really good question, because you can only select one of these at once, right? Let me explain how to do this as well. Set it for Burp Suite, and then in Burp Suite, go to your proxy settings, and then down to network and connections. And there should be something here. And this is already set up as 3128 as the proxy port. It's the most common, right? Except we want our proxy host to be not local. We want it to be Joker, right? 10.10.10.21.3128 with basic auth. We don't have a username or password. So now that's enabled, we should be able to send it straight through in theory. Let's try that. So we're on Burp and we can do this. Just go to the regular thing. It should catch it in here, which it does. Send it to repeater. And what happens in repeater is you can replay this request, and it actually says here 407 code proxy authentication required. It's not going to let us in without, it's not going to let us in without username and password on this proxy. Okay, fine. Fine. So user pass required to use proxy. And here's my thing, and there's the response. Well, I don't want the whole thing, do we? Just get that. And you can see that even though I've literally just gone to 127.0.0.1, nothing to do with Joker, it does say that it's coming from Joker 3128 because we proxied through burp, through Joker, and then back again, right? So that's where the response comes from. Okay, good to know. Now, what would happen, just out of curiosity, if I disabled that again? If I get rid of this, so we're not proxying through Joker, and now I replay this request, you'll see that there's no response, failed to connect, because it's trying to connect to port 80 on my local machine. Okay, but that's not what we want. Not what we want, is it? So hopefully I've explained this really well, because I know that a few people kind of get confused about this sort of thing. Why can I not catch local host stuff? And it's because of that one setting in the browser. Because of the one setting in the browser. And we can go back to repeater and run it again, and this time, there we go. So what was I doing? That. So did I just put we need auth already? Yes. So how do I get auth? Entirely, completely, no idea at all. None. There's two ports open. One of them we need credentials for, and the other one, SSH, we need credentials for. Right, because I'm kind of stuck, I think what I'm going to do is run another Nmap scan, but this time I'm going to try UDP. I think I might start making UDP scans part of my regular enumeration, because this is a couple of times now, or at least once we've definitely needed it, and probably there's something running on UDP here. If not, I'm going to be really stuck. So, you know, one thing at once. Now, UDP scans do take forever, and I'm prepared for that. I mean, I wasn't prepared to do a UDP scan, but I was prepared for something to take forever. So I'm going to play some Steam Deck, and I will be back I'll be back once the scan completes, and if we find something or not, I'll let you know. I'll also be thinking about another way to go about this. If it finds nothing, maybe there's a way around the proxy, but I'll need to think quite carefully about that. Okay, so I'll be back soon. I came back, and probably I shouldn't have come back yet because we've not got results, but as you can see, eventually, after 17 minutes, the main scan is done, and now it's going through whatever services it found. Now, this could take a minute or it could take an hour, because if it finds 10 services, it then has to get the version for all 10. If it only finds 2 services, it only needs to get the version for 2. So depending on what it's found, you know, this could take a long time or it could take no time at all. I'll keep checking status, and I'm rather hoping that it'll be done, obviously, sooner rather than later. Okay, so let me just take this, because we've not quite made notes on this yet, have we? As there is no obvious way forward, we turn our attention to a UDP scan, see if there's anything running here. Now, I've only done the top 1,000 ports, or whatever the default is, or top, I don't know, I think it's top 1,000, could be top 100, I'm not sure what the default is. But if I did all ports, it would take absolutely years. And I'll show you actually how long it would take by starting another scan and showing you that. If I put that in there, and I do all ports as well, we'll see how long this takes to go. But obviously, this one's done. Oh, it's found something. That's quite nice. Good. So let's get that here. And then we'll look over these results in just a second. Before, I mean, the scan timing, it's not even got a, this is how long is left. I will leave that running just to see what happens and see if we get any possible estimated time. Okay, I don't know what port 5355 is, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's open, because it's open or filtered. That's the way UDP scans work. It doesn't always say that it's open. It could be filtered. 69 is TFTP, which is like, it's like FTP, but it's more of a pain to use, I would say. I'm not sure why Mustachio is open up here. Oh, I was looking through something earlier, just a question somebody asked me, that's probably why. So, TFTP, right, okay. Okay, see how long this is taking? It's not even done, it's done 0.1%. Okay, let's TFTP our way in then, and I wonder if there's any credentials. Generally, you can normally get quite lucky with TFTP. Ah, there we go. And we can help. There is no way of listing files. You can connect, set the file mode, put files, get files, and so on. There is no way to list files. You can't use like directory or ls or anything like this, right? So let's go back and again, we're going to get etc password because that makes the most sense. Access violation doesn't necessarily mean the file doesn't exist. It might just mean that it doesn't have access to that file. We can try again with get etc shadow, get etc hosts, just see if there's anything we've got access to at all. I mean, we can't get etc, I'm sure. No. Anyway, let's not lose sight of the goal. The goal is to get credentials for this squid proxy. So the best thing to do right now would be to, I don't think Google's going to work with this proxy running. So I'll disable it a second. Squid proxy. Password, storage, location, right? How about that? Proxy authentication, and this is from the Squid Web Cache wiki. It's actually from the Squid Cache altogether. So basic NTLM, proxy auth, username and password. Where is it stored? So we've got this is the program, I think. Is it use a local squid etc password? That could be right. That could be right. So let's try getting that file. Access violation, obviously not. Right, okay. Okay. Okay, we've got user local etc squid.conf. So we'll try grabbing that one as well. Guess not. Let's change the query. Squid proxy password file. User local, oh, we've been to that one. ETQC, sure that's ETC squid. ETQC or ETC? Is that a mistake? Again, we've got ETC squid passwords, and this is ETC squid passwords. Possibly. Let's take a look. Get. Oh, we didn't get any access violation here. Okay, I think this one might have succeeded, guys. In fact, I'll soon tell you. Oh, they all downloaded, but yeah, passwords actually has something in it. The rest don't. This is good. Nice. We use TFTP to gain access to the squid proxy password file. I thought copied that, but obviously I didn't. At least I'm hoping it's the password file. There we go. So let's exit here and quit. And then cat passwords. Brilliant. And we have this hash here. Right. Good. So we have a hash with this APR1, which is very similar to like a htaccess, which makes sense because like the htaccess and htpassword is handled with like a basic auth, and so is this. So it makes sense that it's the same type of hash. What we'll do is we'll run hashcat. Okay. Just trying to find a previous iteration of hashcat. Oh, I could just go through the bash search actually as well, to be fair, but it doesn't matter. We've got things here, so we can just copy straight from, right? Uh-oh, didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh, didn't mean to do that. There we go. Could have been disastrous, couldn't it? There we go. So we'll just do it straight from here. I may need to obviously edit this. We will do hashcat and its passwords this time, isn't it? How dare you, sir? There we go. I think that's it. That should actually work, probably. Starting in auto detect mode. No hash mode matches the structure. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do is I will edit the username out of this calamari and do that, and then we'll try again. And then hopefully this time. Brilliant, good stuff. So this could take a while. This could take a while, because if you look at the status, we have, yeah, we're 0.1% done. And as for this scan, we're not even 1% done on the UDP scan, so let me kill that, because, do you see what I mean? This is why we don't do a full port scan on this. Yeah, so we're 0.5%. It could be done in seconds, could be done in hours, I'm not sure. Well, having said that, it does say 54 minutes remaining, so it'll be done within an hour. It's just a question of when that is. So guess what? I'll be back again. Okay, I got so engrossed in my game then that I didn't even see that this had done, and it is actually cracked. I hate seafood, which is hilarious due to squid and calamari, etc. So, nice. That ain't bad going. Good. We can now set up this proxy. We can either do it in burp or we can do it outside of burp, you know, whatever. We'll do it in here. We'll do it in burp just because we can. In fact, we'll do it in both, to be fair. We'll edit this and we'll put in the username as calamari and the password as I hate seafood. So that's sorted within burp. And then also we can do it in, let's get rid of you. We can do it in here as well if we want to. Go to the proxy joker. What is that noise? I hate seafood. Brilliant. And then save that as well. So it should work either way. Now I don't know whether to go to here or whether to go to here. It doesn't matter. We need to be either on Burp Suite or Joker first, don't we? So we'll try that one. Try that one. Let's do it without the HTTPS though. Requested URL could not be retrieved. Oh, good. Good stuff. Good. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm hearing loads of noises downstairs. I'm going to have to talk to my wife and see what she's up to. It's like really loud. Good. I need to stop saying good. Where are we now? Shorty. I think rather than explain what we've done, a screenshot, you know, a picture's worth 1,000 mollusks or whatever. Oh, by the way, I've stopped using Linux Mint. I'm still using it at the minute. I've not yet changed my laptop over, but I started using Pop! OS R1, an incredible operating system, man. We set the user pass in the proxy settings. Oh, my typing. And load HTTP 127.0.0.1. So it's gone through the proxy and it's loading the local host of Joker rather than the local host of my system. Let's play around with this and see what we can do with it. Do we have any SQL injection, for example? Okay. I see. Okay, it was shortened to there. I assume that list, yeah, list pretty much lists the one that we've done. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be much here. As we've got a new website, I could actually go for robots.txt. And to be fair, I could also use GoBuster. How do I use proxy in GoBuster? That's a really good question. GoBuster, help. I was going to say P, but that's pattern string. I thought it was going to be proxy, but I can't see proxy here. I'll tell you what I'll do. If I can't find proxy here, let's use derb because I know that's got a proxy setting. Yeah, P for proxy port and capital P for username proxy. Okay, in that case we're going to go derb HTTP 127.0.0.1. We're going to do P for proxy is 10.10.10.21 port 3128. Capital P is calamari. I hate seafood. Brilliant. It worked first time. It worked first time. So you can see that it's actually got our proxy set and it's got the proxy auth set and it's got the URL base. This is fantastic. So we'll just see if anything comes of this. But in the meantime, I'm actually going to keep playing around with this. What if we do, excuse me, google.com and we try something like ls. Let's see what happens here. Okay, didn't like the space. Yeah, I thought so. So what if we do 20 ls, just call it that. Okay, so I might have to put this through Burp Suite and then see if we can use the IFS thing perhaps for spaces or something. Let's see what's happening. Oh, I've got console and list, obviously we know. Let's try console then. Oh, Python, interactive Python. Nice. Okay, this is where we need to be. This is where we need to be. So derb shows, let's make a copy of this command. I can't make a copy of this command while it's whilst it's running, it just keeps getting rid of my cursor. I hate programs that do that. It refreshes the whole thing rather than just keeps adding to it. I suppose we can just wait. It's on S. Do you know what? Forget it. I'm actually going to cancel this and take a copy of this, and then I'm just going to run it again because there's no harm in me doing that. Start that again, just because I can then continue playing around with this then. So console is Python interactive. Console. Okay, this is where we try and get a reverse shell using Python, right? I could just leave that running then. Console ready. OS. Hang on a minute. Let's import OS. I'm not sure if it has it already. os.system ls. Oh. I thought it was going to come back with a response, but obviously not. With open etc password in read mode as my file dot, oh no, print, we can print it, can't we? Print my file dot read. So it's going to open etc password as my file, print my file, read. Nice. Okay, this is good. We're able to open files on the system. We've got a couple of usernames here. We've got workzug and Alekos. Okay. So my Python is obviously better than I thought it was. With open etc password r as my file. So for those of you who don't know, it's basically saying with this, do this. So forget that it's going to open the etc password file in read-only mode, and it's going to save that as my file, like a variable, and then with this variable we're going to read it and then print that out to screen. Okay, so this is basic Python, I guess. Right, we have this. So I think we should start looking for, we can't really do this with this running though, can we? Let's disable a second. We're going to start looking for some reverse shells. By the way, this reverse shell generator down here, revshells.com, not used this yet on the channel. Really nice one, because you can choose the type of shell you want, and it builds it for you. So as an example, if we do a Python shell, like this one, and we put in the we've got reverse bind, MSF venom, and hoax shell. So reverse shell, we need to put in our own IP address, which is, if config, is it something 14 10.10.14.5 10.10.14.5, and we put in the port as 1234. It shows you what to run as your listener, which we know anyway. We do NC, I prefer LVP 1234, and then it also shows you exactly what you can run on the Python end. So it's going to import, so export Python C import. So because we've already got a Python interactive shell, we're not really going to want all of this. So let me put it here. And so the R host is going to be that 10.10.14.5, and then the R port is going to be 1234. And now we can get rid of the beginning of this. We can go straight from import. So it's going to import sys, socket, and OS, and then it's going to run all this. I think maybe that. Let's try that. So I'm going to put you in here, hit that, and we're going to not receive a shell back. Okay. Why not? Okay, so that Python shell wasn't good, at least in this situation. Wonder if this is a firewall issue or if it's a shell issue. Where are firewall config? Where are firewall config stored? Linux. Where are? I know what I mean. We all know what I mean. Firewall, etc firewall D. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, not firewall. IP tables. IP tables. Here, etc sysconfig IP tables. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is just copy this here, paste it down here, replace the file name with this, or and then see if we can get the firewall rules out. I guess not. Oh, I know why. We are not connected to this, are we? We are now. Maybe that would have worked, that first one. Oh, dude, have I broken it? I might have broken this. But let's just copy this and see if it does the same thing. Okay, let's... Oh, it's because I'm connected to Nethemba, but I'm still not doing it right. Burp Suite. Right. Blimey. One of these days, is it, all of a sudden? Okay, that's there twice now. That's good. So let's try this one. But then I'll go back to the other shell as well in a second. Just may as well while I'm thinking about it. No such file. Ha! That is not where the IP tables are. Oh, that's Red Hat. That's why. etc sysconfig IP tables. Is that what I just did? etc IP table rules 4. Let's try that one. Yes, I know it's italicized. Whatever. Should be okay. Oh, okay. Well, that works. So I'll go back to that other. Shell in a second. Okay. Input on port 22, which is SSH, is fine. Import on 3128, which is the proxy, is fine. Input on UDP is fine. Input for ping is fine. Output for TCP is dropped. So a TCP shell won't work at all then, will it? I need a UDP shell. Or a bind shell, perhaps. Maybe even a bind shell would work. Right, let's talk about bind shells. We've not done this yet. A bind shell, well, a reverse shell is where it connects back to you on a certain port and you're listening on that port. A bind shell is where it opens a new port on the server and then you connect to it. I think UDP shells exist. Well, let's get rid of this again. I think, are they here? Do we have UDP? We've got bash UDP. Do we have Python UDP? Let's have a look through the hack resources. We've got Python backdoors and reverse shells here. Python backdoors, SCTP, TCP, UDP, back connect, and bind. Okay, we've got some UDP shells here. So we'll do a back connect, get a reverse shell going if we can. Let's just make a note of this. TCP outbound is blocked. UDP rev shell here. So I'm not saying this is going to work, but we're at least going to take a look at it because it makes the most sense. How does this work? Import OSPTY socket L host L port. Then we've got def main. Okay, I think maybe we can just take the main part of the function and just work from this. Right, we're going to need to import all these. Let's build this ourselves. Import OS. Go away. And then we're going to put in a comma PTY, and we're going to import a socket as well. Go away. Another reason I like Pop OS, that doesn't happen. Import OS PTY socket. Okay, all good. I think I might need that. Oh, it's Python, it's not PHP. Maybe I don't need that. Let's copy this whole thing and see what we can make out of this. Connect L host L port. So we're going to put these in directly. The L host being 10, 10, 14, 5. And the L port being 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it need to be a string? It's not a string. Okay, it's an integer. 2, 3, 4. Then we've got file, put and variable hist file into dev null. Why does it do that? Don't think that's important. Bin bash and then close. Do you reckon I can paste this whole thing, or do I have to do it line by line? Well, there's one way to find out, but first we've got to connect back to Burp Suite. So it runs through the proxy. Yeah, invalid syntax is not good. Okay, in which case let's do it line by line. Okay. Oh, an unexpected indent. So I forgot Python's big on the indents. So there we go. We need to get rid of these indents, don't we? Let's get rid of these. Maybe that's why there was an error. So let's do that. And this one. Is there still an indent there? I can't really tell. Hate pad. I honestly think that every language should use curly brackets to denote where it starts and ends. Using white space is the most stupid invention ever. It really is ridiculous. Like, you can't just put spaces anywhere to make it more readable or anything. I don't like Python very much, but I do use it. PTY spawn bin bash. Is that doing anything yet? Not yet. Still not. And then S close. I don't think this is actually going to work, because it surely would have done by now. After all that, that didn't even work at all. Although we've not actually got the... I've not even got the... Oh. I missed S connect, didn't I? Or did I? I missed S connect. Nobody told me. See, guys, you should tell me these things. This is ridiculous, though. This is not pleasant. There you go, I got my connect thing now. Is that the same except to just say 0, 1, 2? It is, isn't it? So I could paste that in. Let's do it without the thing. And then paste again and just change that. And then paste it again and just change that. Okay. Then we've got this pty spawn bin bash. And then let's close. I don't think this is working at all. So after all that still didn't work. I kind of wonder whether this S is already balked because I've already used it as a socket. I thought that would have worked. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I could try that bash reverse shell. UDP. Need to clean it up. It's completely untested. For excellent listener, use the following socat command. Well, it's not even bringing anything back, is it? So, okay, I'm going to have a bit of a break and get another cup of tea, and then I'll be back. So, see you soon. Okay, I'm back again. As you can see, I've been trying a few things, changing the variable name and so on. It's just not been working at all. So I've got a feeling that this isn't going to work, which is a bit of a shame. So let's change this. We need a UDP rev shell. And let's see what we can find. This kind of sucks, quite honestly. Hack resources. Let's go to our normal reverse shells and see if there's anything here. Because we've got a bash shell. These are all TCP, although I might be able to change that to UDP, although we've not got Perl, this is Python, right? This is kind of what we've been trying. I think this is kind of what we've been trying. Netcat as well. I mean, technically maybe. Let's just do it on a different port altogether as well. Let's do something which, I know the firewall says that all outbound is permitted, but if we do it on a port which is quite nice, I don't know, 1234 maybe. We'll just leave it as that for the minute. Although I might have already balked 1234 by messing around with these things. So let's do 14.5 again. And let's do 9999. We'll do that, see if we can run it in the background. Okay, we might be able to do the U flag to turn that into UDP. I think that's a thing. I think that's a thing. So we could do OS popen, I suppose, and then do a read. Although we need to import popen first. Well, no, because it's imported with OS, isn't it? Okay, look, let's figure it out. Let's go back to Burp Suite. And we'll do import OS, which we've definitely done many times. We're then going to put that in. But we may have to do open, well, open with that. And then do read function as well. Do we have 9999, right? Or I've already got 8888 because I was trying that for the other one and that didn't work. popen is not defined. Okay, so I think that's part of the OS thing, so I'll do os.popen. That seemed to work. Unfortunately, that didn't work. So we can't really get a reverse shell on this. I'm not entirely sure how to do it. I don't know how to get a reverse shell on this at all. And there's no point in just trying this over and over again, because that's just insanity, isn't it? Expecting a different result if you try the same thing. What if we do some port which it might be closer? It might be like we're using web, so if we use a web port, it might make more sense to do so. Like 80 or 443 or something like this. Maybe. So let's get that going again. I think I'm going to need sudo for that. Yeah. I could have also messed this up to oblivion and then have to revert the system. That's quite a possibility, isn't it? I think I might reset, guys. It sucks. I mean, at least I've got everything already set up regarding the proxy and everything. But really, I don't quite know what else to try right now, unless I can write a file to the system. I'll think on it. I'll revert the system. Guys, I thought of something. I think I know the issue. When I was using my listener, I didn't use the U flag for UDP. It was listening on port 1234 TCP. It wasn't going to get anything, was it? Let's go back to our original ideas. I reset the system. Let's go again and just see what happens this time. Okay, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Why not? Put it back onto Burp Suite. Okay, it still doesn't seem to be doing anything. There we go. This is temperamental at best. I'm using X now as well. I've been trying different things. I was just like, hang on a minute, am I actually listening on UDP? No, I'm really not. I can't get SOCAT working. I did try that command, but for some reason it's not working. But whatever. I mean, I don't think it's too much of a problem. At least I hope not. After this bin bash, I'm kind of... Oh, it's got a connection. This is the idea. Yes! So that was it. We needed the U flag on here. Fantastic. Sometimes just the tiniest things, you know, just the tiniest things. We need to listen on a UDP port, you idiot. That's it. I'm done. Goodbye. End of... No, let's get this rooted. Let's get this rooted if we can. What should we do? Sudo L. Oh, we actually have sudo rights with no password. Oh, but not as root, only alicos. I was going to run... Come on, what was it? Limpies. But, I guess not. Always check sudo first. Oh, we've got a double wildcard. I've seen this before. That's just the accept header. Accept header here. Year of the pig. Year of the pig on Try Hack Me. We have this. I just put a E. It's my Colin Robinson energy sucking grin, you know. So we have this thing where you can create these files in var www html, some directory, and then config. Now, providing follow is permitted, sudoedit follow, which is, it means that we can use a symlink from layout.html to any other file. The problem is alicos isn't, from what I remember, alicos is a regular user. Where did I get that information from? Oh, I'm looking on Year of the Pig. Where did I get that information from that Alicos is a regular user? From here, 1001. Home Alicos. Home Alicos. Okay, so what can Alicos do then that I can't do as this user? What can Alicos do that I cannot do as this user? Or what can I do with access to Alicos's? I'm not sure. So look all the way back up. Port 22. SSH. I reckon, do you know what? I might be able to link this to his SSH key. IDRSA perhaps. I mean, hang on. Right, let me catch up on my notes. No, we're in, that's fine. Well, we're not out here. I need to do this. Right. Just done exactly the same as last time, right? Right, let's see. Alecos. Okay. Yes, there's the SSH folder there. Okay, there's no... Right. There's no IDRSA or anything like that, but there is an authorized keys file. The question is, do you know what an authorized keys file does? What it is, it's a public key. No, have I got this right? Yes, I have got this right. In authorized keys, there is a list of public keys which if we have the corresponding private key, we can use to get into the system, right? So I think we need to generate a new key pair. Okay, SSH keygem. Generating new key pair. And where should we save it? We'll put it in this box, I think, just so we don't really screw things up too much. Enter the passphrase. Empty for no passphrase. Same passphrase again. No passphrase. No such file or directory. What do you like? So let's actually do this properly then. Home, sabretooth, desktop, blah, 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 blah. There. Well, I know that. No. Okay, we're going to go again. Enter the file, home, sabretooth, there, key file. I can't do backspace. God. Be very careful. Key, file. No passphrase. No passphrase. There we go. Key is made. God, that was complicated. I mean, it wasn't. I just mistyped, and there's no way to go back. Fine. We could maybe possibly we're attempting to create a new key pair on our system, then use symlink from var from here. Oh, go away. I do want that in there, but I'm going to put it there. and use symlink from what? I'm confused. What's happened? I'm getting so confused. No password, sudoedit. Something's totally gone wrong now. I've really messed things up. I'm too tired. I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting so irritated now. I'm getting so irritated. Right, I use a symlink from there to there, right? So we've created our new keys using this. Sometimes I just need to calm down slightly. And we can just double check that with an ls, and you can see that we've got key file public and key file private. So if we cat key file public, that's our public key here, which needs to go into, I mean, I'm not sure about that line. But anyway, that's our key, which I guess could go into there. How are we going to do this now? How are we going to do this? We need write access, really, to cd var www html. What do you mean there's no such file or directory? Let's go again. Okay, var www, fair enough, my mistake. So we're going to cd var www. We need two directories made for the two wildcards. So we're going to make directory test, permission denied. Right. This is more of a problem now, isn't it? This is more of a problem now. Because we need to do that in order to get to this var www something something layout.html. I'm getting another drink. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back to have a drink. So, okay, I don't have write access here. However, there is a testing directory and a shorty directory. So let's go into one of these. Oh, and there's layout.html already there. So our full path is var www testing, but we need two wildcards, not one. It says wildcard layout.html. What if I make directory testing 2 here? Does that work? It does. cd testing 2. Print working directory. Okay, there we go. We've got our two directories, and in here I need to create the symlink to authorized keys. This makes sense? This makes sense. Okay, so let's put this into our notes. We now create symlink to from layout.html to authorized keys, right? Okay, now for the life of me, no, I don't remember how to do this, but if I search for symlink, break me, we have, oh no, we're not dealing with that. I mean, I suppose we could. Symlink config to a file we wish to edit. There we go, year of the pig again. So how did we do this? We created two directories, and in it we did this. and then we was able to cat out that file. But in this case, I think we want to write into it. So I'm not sure how different this is going to be, but at least we've got the idea. So how we're going to do this, we're going to go lns. This is the target. This is the target. The target being here. And then this one being just layout.html, right? Because we're in the right directory for it, in theory. Don't you dare. We're going to run this. That seems to have maybe worked. And then can we run sudoedit? Sudoedit. Okay, so let's try it. Sudo edit layout.html. I need the password because I've not done the full path. So we'll try again. Sudo edit. What was the full path here? Var www. Okay. Var www testing. That fills the first wildcard. Testing 2 fills the second wildcard. Layout.html. Let me make a copy of that just in case. And again, because that didn't work. What? Did I put ludo in it? No, I didn't. I did put sudo in it. Huh. It does say sudo edit var www something something layout.html. Sudo edit. I mean, it says an alecos, doesn't it? So I wonder if we can set user. Because it's asking for root, isn't it? So we'll try that then on var www testing 2 layout.html. Let's take a copy of this one just in case. Okay, unable to create permission denied. Press enter continue. Okay, so far so good. We now need to put our key into here. This one. Oh, I can't actually save this. It's not letting me do Control O to save. Ah. Right. Okay, so we can't write out. It must be due to a shell type. And I can't Control C because that kills the shell. Nice. Okay, we need to upgrade our shell to use this, to use sudoedit and be able to save. Right. Right. It's great. Jeez Louise. Do I really have to do all this again? Do I really have to do this again? Can I just go back to pty spawn bin bash? Because all that's already still there. I really hate this box. I really hate this box. It's just so much faff. I hate this box so much. And now this obviously isn't working. I'm going to go get food and come back in a few hours because I've had enough. I'm just fed up. I'm not happy with this. Back soon. Okay, had a bit of a snack. I'm back. I got the shell again, and I opened this, which I've used before, to get the fully interactive TTY shell. So let's see what we can do here with this. Background the remote shell, update the local terminal, and then bring the remote shell back. So background, update the local terminal with that, and bring the shell back. So that looks absolutely fine. Sorry, my phone's just playing up. After the cursor will be pushed to the left, reinitialize with reset. And I also think we need screen in here somewhere from what I remember. So reset. Oh, maybe I don't need screen. Okay, so if I do ls and then do up. Okay, this is nice. So that's better. That's better. Print working directory var www. So we're going to make directory inside testing. Called testing 2 is what I did, wasn't it? And then we did, hang on, I need to go in there, cd testing, so much better with this. I should do this all the time, to be fair. It's just a little bit of a faff, but not really. Create the symlink, which is what we've done before. Okay, that worked. And then sudoedit as alicos, and hopefully test. I can actually save it now. So if I cat layout dot, brilliant. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is great. This is great. So it's fine. All I'm going to put here is this. Nothing else. Then go again. Okay. So when editing, we can do sudo edit. And then we can paste in our key file. Maybe. And then cat layout.html. Okay. After editing, I don't know if this is going to work. SSH. Oh, hang on a minute. First thing. Key file needs to be chmod 600 key file. SSH. what's the name? Alecos. At 10:10:10:21. Yes, I love this box again now. Don't worry, I just do this from time to time. I just get frustrated. I do love what I do, otherwise I wouldn't do it, guys. I mean, and your support's really useful as well. And that's it. We're in as Alecos, and I hope it's going to be an easy route. ls cat user.text. Honestly, this has been really nice so far. So let's check, see if Alecos also has sudo rights. No, we need Alecos's password for that, which we don't have. We basically just threw on our own key. There's backup and development though, so let's cd into backup and take a look. Okay. Nope, let's cd into development and take a look. Okay. Right. So at this point, we kind of need to get something like limpies, don't we? I think. So let's finally do this. And I hope I can get a wget going, to be honest. I suppose I could transfer using SCP or something. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh dear. SCP or something, right? Second one. Excuse me. Right. But we'll try it. We'll try it anyway. Progress scripts. I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Sudo python 3 m http.server port 80 b. I'm not entirely sure this is going to work because it's an outgoing connection on TCP, and we know that the firewall is already set to not like that. But we'll try it. wget http 10.10.14.5 limpies dot. Yeah, exactly what I said. It's an outgoing connection on TCP. There's no way that's going to be permitted, right? There's no way that's going to be permitted. So we've not got outgoing connections. What I can do is send things over SCP or something similar to that. Let's take a look here. You'll see that I've been taking a look for multiple nodes where I see if I could find the raw shell from last time. I couldn't, so I had to do it from the website, which is fine. SCP. Let's take a look. SCP. We cannot make outbound connections. We can use SCP to move. This is beautiful. That's exactly what it says. So I'll just copy the command and then we can go back to Joker and edit it. It's quite nice having done things before, you know. No outbound TCP connections. ... So we're going to do SCP and it's going to be key file for the key, and then we're going to privs scripts limpies.sh, and then it's alecos at 10.10.10.21, and it's going to be home alecos that we're putting it in. Okay, there's our command, guys. So I think we can just run this in a new window. Get rid of that one. Put it in there. Oh, I'm already in privs scripts there. That sucks. Let's do it in this one. It says 100%. We've got limpies. Hey. Nice. That works really well. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. So now we just need to wait and find a way to route this thing. Look for yellow and red, obviously. How are we doing? This is going to be a long video, guys. I just realised. Longish. Ooh, what are we? Oh, it's in the path. Path. Fair enough. That doesn't really matter too much in this case. I'm hoping for something relatively simple, like having the root password in some sort of config file or just something similar to that. I don't really want a difficult, I'm really not up for a difficult root after all this. Having said that, if it's fun, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just, I wonder how many of you are still with me at this point. If you're still here at this point, please just leave a comment saying I'm here, because that'd be nice just to see if anybody, firstly, is still here, and secondly, listens to me, even, you know, when I ask them to do something. Bless you all. It'd be depressing if I only get like one person. Well, you know, if you get one person, that's brilliant. Thank you for sticking with me this long. Root login is permitted on port 22, so maybe I can find a password somewhere. User share lintian overrides password. Postfix bash rc profile. Interesting permissions. Umount ping. Nothing interesting here at all. Unknown SUID binary. Looks like we might have an SUID there. Let's take a copy of that. MP shows we've got a sudoedit. Other than that, I'm not really too sure right now. Other interesting files. Unexpected in root. Okay. Then we've got all these old squid passwords. Password dat. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else here which is worth. Still wondering about that port 5355, you know. Don't think we ever used that, did we? Just having another flick through before I start dealing with sudoedit. No, absolutely not. Is it worthwhile us running this again, as we've already got the command here, and just putting PSPy on there? I assume it's 64-bit, it might not be. It is 64-bit. Just wait for that and see if that comes up with anything, I suppose. But other than that, just waiting to see if there's anything, but maybe not. It doesn't seem to be running anything. It's been, well, 21:03. It's now 21:00, well, 19. Okay, fine. So a couple of hours difference, but minutes shouldn't matter. It's been 2 minutes, and there's been nothing running here. So I thought there may have been a cron job running as well, but perhaps not. Whenever I see a backup directory, it always makes me think is something automatically updating that, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just sort of leave that running in case it just takes a while. Or maybe that isn't the case. I mean, we do still have a... Right, let's get rid of this. We don't need to be here. At least I don't think we do. Oh my god. Kill. Die. Die. Okay, that's actually totally broken, so we'll get rid of that window. Ah, there is something, look. Okay, so root backup.sh. We can't read what's in that backup.sh file though. And then it backs up something into home backup dev. Is this the time? 1757, 87, 73. No, it can't be. Huh. Okay. Interesting. There's a cron job. Right, let's figure out what this cron job's doing. This is intriguing. And it's got something to do with backup, obviously. So we can cd backup. I mean, can you just untar? Is that the way that works? Oh no, it's unrar that I was thinking of. How do you actually untar? Because generally I just double click things, quite honestly. How do you see what's in the tar directory? Oh my god, I'm useless. Untar on Linux. I think it's like, it's got, yeah, XF. Yeah, I remember the XF V, but I didn't remember the capital C. What's capital C then? Okay. Well, let's see what's in here. Oh, there it all comes. We'll try that, but it is a GZ, so maybe it won't work straight off. Dev 151 34201. Okay, that works. So we've got application pi data model static. Hang on a minute. What if we do application.py is there, data, and then whatever's in there, models, static, and everything in there, templates. Okay, so whatever's in the development, so whatever's in the development folder is backed up by this root script into backups. Right, what if I echo moo into development testing. In fact, I'm just going to put development sabretooth.text. Then I can ls here. The latest one is 801. Oh, 201, 801. So is that like 600 seconds? Is it seconds, perhaps? Because 600 seconds is what, 10 minutes? Yeah. Right, okay, so I've got to wait 10 minutes, do I, for this to update again? Anyway, 72801 is the final one. I'd quite like to see whether this does update, including my file. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it is I want to know this. Do you remember this system we did very recently? And I can't remember which one it was. And it may have been on HackTheBox. Could have been sneaky. It wasn't sneaky. Could have been lazy. It wasn't lazy. In that case, it might have been on Try Hack Me. But I did one very, very recently. Was it Race? It wasn't Racetrack. Sure, they're not Racetrack. Oh, I remember that one. Anyway, there was a certain machine somewhere. Skynet? Whatever. There was a machine somewhere. If I look for this and look for checkpoints, it was Skynet. Okay. There was this exploit where the whole thing was being wildcard exploit. Here it is, right here. I can read this right from the website. Let me just go right back to where I'm meant to be, which is Joker. I'm going to put that there just for the second, but I'll remove it if it's not important. Now, do you remember this, where it creates an archived file using a wildcard in tar, which means everything in the directory, which it looks like it does, is being backed up. But we could apply files called this shell, and then checkpoint action shell, and then checkpoint equals 1, and was able to create our own it took these as flags for the command rather than files. It's just the file names, and due to that, it was able to get a shell. It may be doing the same because everything is being put in a tar. And not only is everything put in the tar, but aha, there's a new one right here. There's a new one just appeared. If I untar this, sabretooth.txt is included. It's using a wildcard, guys. It's using a wildcard. So I should be able to do a similar thing. I should be able to do it in a similar way. Okay, right, let's see. Get all my notes updated. Okay. This takes everything in the development directory and tars it up, stores in backups. It does this using wildcard due to the fact that any new file we add is also backed up. If it was hard coded to do certain files, it wouldn't have done that. So development sabretooth, and then we can even show here that once we untar it, there is sabretooth in there. So we can do the same as what we did before. I think before, though, we actually added something to sudoers, whereas this time maybe we could go, it doesn't matter what we do. The point is, we can do exactly the same thing. Let's go into Skynet and find out how we did it before. Route 2, there it was, and it's all there. So literally, literally I can just take these and just use them again. I can just recycle this. Except it's not going into shell sh, it's going to development shell sh. And this one is would that still work? It should do. And then this one here, I could just go in the development directory, to be fair. I could just go in the development directory because it's just going to make things easier, right? So cd, see how easy that was? Just do that. And that's it. I just need to do this. And this is our root 2 user with password moo. This actions it as soon as a checkpoint is hit. And this is our checkpoint, which is going to hit. That's the idea anyway. So now all we need to do is, let me copy that. Now all we need to do is cat etc password and wait for our new root user, which could be like 5 minutes away. So all we need to do is just keep doing this and waiting and waiting and waiting. Shall I start the video, or are we so close to the end now that it doesn't really matter? It's been long enough anyway, hasn't it? I don't think another few minutes is going to really matter. But let's just make sure we didn't really make any mistake here. Yeah, that's the shell script. Oh, I'll tell you what I've not done. Added, just to make sure that it is executable. I'm not sure if that matters or not. But you know, we've added it anyway. See, it's always worthwhile checking these things. And we're just waiting and see if our new root user appears in here. If it does, then we are laughing. If it doesn't, then we are crying. I just don't know when it's actually going to run. I just don't know when it's going to run. And whether I'm even doing something right, because if it's tar, I'm assuming it's tar with a wildcard, and I can't imagine it not being. This looks okay. I mean, it should be. I've copied it straight from the other system and it worked there. If I was writing it out for the first time, then it might be more of a problem. But because I've copied it from something which previously worked, it's just taking a while. I'll know when it's actually actioned, to be fair, because if we do this, oh no, there's no point. I was going to see when the new backup file appears, but there's no point in doing that. We might as well just keep doing this if we're going to keep refreshing something. It sucks waiting, I'll tell you that. It sucks waiting. Especially as I still don't know whether this is actually doing anything or not. If this runs every 10 minutes, I mean, it could be 8 minutes. I mean, it's 19. So maybe within the next 30, 40 seconds, perhaps. But if not, I'm going to stop the video and come back if something happens. Is that a fair deal? I reckon so. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I went too far. Come on. You can do it. You know you want to. It's nothing quite like waiting for a shell, but because TCP outbound is blocked and I've got to do a UDP shell, I honestly think that's got to be more trouble than you know it's worth. 58, 59. Please. Oh man. Right, I'm going to stop the video unfortunately, and then I'll come back if something happens, and if it doesn't, we'll find another way around it. This is a long box. I'm liking this one mostly. I'm back, and I've just remembered that cronjobs don't run shell scripts, right? Do they? Cronjobs don't run shell scripts. However, this is running the tar command, which is executing the shell script. So does that count? Does that count? We need to wait for this to fire. I thought I'd just run some PSPy again, and we can see if it works. But if not, I may have to use this idea to do something else, like run a reverse shell or something like that. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. Anyway, there's not much to say except just to wait, I suppose. If this doesn't work and we can't run a shell script using this, then perhaps what we can do is a reverse shell, but it needs to be a UDP shell, maybe a Python one or a Bash one or something like that. Or maybe we can even use Netcat or something. I'm not sure if that's a possibility at all, to be fair. All I know is that this has been so awkward so far and fairly difficult, actually. Not an easy box. I've been getting annoyed here and there, but not massively. I'm just talking, so I'll be back when this at least fires to see what goes on. Okay, I'm back. This has done its thing. You can see it's found the checkpoint action exec and checkpoint 1 and so on. So we will come out of this and then run this. Oh, as it happens, this works. This absolutely works, and we're able to get root 2 in here. I'm glad about that. I didn't want to have to do a reverse UDP shell. We wait, and then we have this. There it goes. This is it. This is it. Sudo su. Oh no, that's alicos. We don't want that. Sudo su root 2. Password moo. Apparently, authentication failure. Really? It's not allowing me to. It's not allowing me to do this. Oh man, why? That's awful. I'll tell you what I could do though. As soon as I type something, that happens. So I'll tell you what I could do, as awkward as this is. What if I nclvp1234 what if I go back to this? It won't work again, will it? Probably. I should have left this open. I should have left this active, this other shell, because then I might have been able to, oh, maybe, let's just go back. Next door's music's so loud. What if I was able to run this again? Just what if I was able to run this again? I wasn't able to get a shell back. Huh. Because I thought maybe from here I wasn't able to get a shell back. Why doesn't it work from this one? Why? It's not... Why? Okay, had another idea. My ideas do happen, I promise. What if it's the type of shell that I upgraded, right? What if it is the type of shell that did it? So what I can try is... There we go. What if I get straight in using this? What? There isn't a password for this. What? Oh, I'm in Privet scripts. That's why. Right. SU root 2. Yes, there we go. It's the type of shell. I just needed the basic bog standard shell. Cat. Come on, I'm done. Root dot text. Yes. That one was tough. That one was tough. I can't even say if I like it or not, to be honest. I'll think on it, and in a few days I'll be able to tell you. But at the minute I don't really know, quite honestly. That took too long. That took too long. Oh. Yeah, I know. Verb disable, I know. And where's the other one? There's the other one. Bit hard. Are you gonna go or you're not? Yeah. That was rough. That was rough. And you might be thinking, what, you're only putting a bit hard after all that? Well, yeah, quite honestly, I am. Because I've had things which are much more difficult than that. But not for a while. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. It's been a long time. I mean, this could be the longest video so far. But thanks for sticking with me, if indeed you did. Please leave a like. Please leave a like. Honestly, this one's deserved, surely. Please subscribe if you haven't, and please visit Nethemba.com for all your pen testing needs. I need to sleep. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.